You're now tuned into the Shoot for Teams podcast with your favorite guys, Dorian and Kyle.
What's happening, everybody? We're back again with another episode of the Shoot for Teams podcast. I'm your main man, D Hill, the gift card bandit.
Of course, old man Ross, sweatsuits and fly kicks. And we have a great special guest today. I've known this man off and on a little bit, seeing him through LA, from Chicago. Anthony Chicago Hall. Thank you.
Oh, all day. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Thanks for being here, brother.
We want to start off. When did you fall in love with the game of basketball?
With the game of basketball, when I was in elementary school, my elementary school basketball coach was Charles Redmond. He was more like a father figure to me. Basketball was like, especially coming from Chicago, basketball was more like a means of just staying out of trouble. So I played basketball. He also taught me karate. He wanted me to and I was also in gymnastics during that time. Doing a side horse and parallel bars. So he kept me out of the streets and doing, sports stuff.
Nice. So, what was your experience growing up playing basketball in Chicago? Because we know Chicago is like a hub for basketball. It's like, New York, LA, Chicago. Like, how was it back then when you were growing up?
No, it was a blessing because, like you said, I mean, even the gangbangers was out there balling. Like everybody was balling. Most of our fights took place on the basketball court, and some shootings took place on the basketball court.
Whoa. Oh man!
But I was blessed with the fact that I was very athletic. Even at a young age, I was really athletic. Wasn't a great ball handler when I was younger. Wasn't a great shooter, but I could dunk the ball and all that kind of stuff. And then I went on and played at Simeon with Bob Hambrick as my coach and learned a lot from him. Being blessed to become friends with Ben Wilson and Tony McCoy and a lot of guys that that came out of that school. So it was a lot of really talented guys came out of that school.
Because Simeon is a big high school, as far as producing basketball players.
Big basketball powerhouse. I only did 2 years at Simeon. I did 2 years at Simeon, freshman, sophomore year, and then I guess Hambrick and I wasn't seeing eye to eye, and I transferred to Inglewood, closer to home anyway. And then I just had issues at Inglewood in regards to, I think it was a lot of jealousy, me coming from Simeon, and there was I'm jumping off subject real quick.
No, it's fine.
But there was a Simeon, a young lady who went to Simeon with me. She also lived in the neighborhood, and she had a party. And the party was just for the basketball team at Simeon, cheerleaders and some students at Simeon. And I was the only kid from Inglewood in that area that was invited to the party. So because of that, the guys in the neighborhood, the gangs in that neighborhood, considered that party a stone party. And so now I became a stone when it was Black Gangster Disciples in my neighborhood. And I end up having to transfer out of Chicago, and transfer schools out of Chicago, and I got ran to motherfucking LA.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yo, are you serious?
Yeah, it was almost like every day I would come home from school. How the thing about Chicago, like you hit a corner. It was like the wind, so you got to chip them up in the corner before you hit the corners. I was like hitting the corners. Like one time I hit a corner and there's like 15 dudes trying to sock me up. And me athletic and scared, You ain't catching that cat.
No, you're not.
You ain't catching an athletic and scared.
No, you're not. Not at all.
No fucking way. So boom, took off, and then every day there was like gunshots by the house. Cow, 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 cow. They may have not been for me, but mentally it was fucking me up. So I told my mom, I was like, yo, I gotta get out of here. And luckily I had a father that lived in Los Angeles, who had remarried and had kids. He really didn't want me out here, but he had no alternative. So I ended up moving to Los Angeles.
So you leave Chicago because of the gang activity. Then
Yes.
you come to LA where it's still gang activity. Did you have any issues at Inglewood or anything of that nature? No.
I went to Hamilton in Los Angeles, but coming to LA, I was like, I would go to like, I had cousins in South LA and all that kind of stuff. And I would walk around like, what the fuck are they mad at? They got palm trees and grass, and some of you motherfuckers got pools in the backyard.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm not scared of none of this shit.
It's easy, huh?
No, compared to Chicago, it was nothing compared to Chicago. So yeah, so I didn't have, and my dad lived in a nicer neighborhood, so I didn't have any issues with gangs and stuff like that in the school that I attended.
Did you hoop any?
What I did recognize coming from Chicago was the fact that Chicago is so segregated. And so all of my school was predominantly Black, Black teachers. So then I moved to LA and I'm walking through the school going, yo, y'all got white kids and Asian kids and Latino kids. And I was like, yo, this is dope.
It's different.
Hadn't seen anything like that coming from Chicago. So so getting there in the middle of my senior year, I thought that was a blessing.
Okay.
For me to get to see that melting pot of young people just gathering together and doing stuff. So that was a blessing.
Crazy.
Nice. Yeah, because being out here, like that's what we were raised in. So we kind of take it for granted almost.
Yes, we
Whereas
do.
like you saying, like you only saw predominantly Black everything. And that was like that's a good perspective. I mean, I went to school in Malibu, so like I definitely am kind of take it for granted. So I was like around like all like, other people, and not that many Black people. So it helps you out a lot. And
it does.
So because it gives you a different perspective of what you're seeing on TV of those individuals. Exactly. Because sometimes we look at white folks like, yo, man, white folks, all of our races, blah, blah, blah. And then you get around like, hey, that was some bullshit my boys was telling me. Some shit.
It's true.
Or learn from somebody else, or our parents told us, or whatever it was.
Yep.
You see for yourself, you're like, all right, that's some bullshit. Everybody's not like we got fucked up Blacks, we got fucked up whites, and we got cool whites, we got some cool. It's just you just meet all kind of people. Yeah,
it's true. Did you hoop at all in college or after Hamilton?
I played my college ball at Chaminade University in Honolulu in Hawaii.
Okay.
So I played in Hawaii for a few years, and me and my coach did get along, Merv Lopes. He was like the king of Hawaii. Everybody loved this dude in Hawaii. I thought he was a fucking nutcase. But like he would get on me about, the kids would be like, yo, he's like Michael Jordan, get that title, and it's just and he would be screaming, oh, Michael Jordan my ass, fuck He's like,
damn.
Oh my God! But I was a blessing that I got a chance to be in Hawaii again, going somewhere else with things that I've never seen before, and those are some of the blessings that I.
So like
that's dope.
Everything that ate spam.
And spam.
Yeah, spam is all Hawaii. Spam. They put spam on every damn thing.
Don't they sell it at McDonald's too there, right?
Spam on everything, everywhere, bro. They had spam for breakfast, like spam eggs with eggs with rice. I was like, what is this? But I'm broke, so I can't complain.
Right, you got to go with it.
That's too much spam for me.
So you had that spam mashubi.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Man, that's wild. So did you you were, after you moved out to LA, you were kind of like, it seemed like you got to experience a lot of things. Did you go back to Chicago for a stint or anything, or you just kind of came back to LA?
Because my elementary school coach, I found myself, especially after I started acting, going back to Chicago. Because I started acting like right after I left college, probably a few years after I left college. And I would go back to Chicago to talk to the kids at my elementary school, because I went to Bill Elementary on 60th and Peoria. So I would go back. I think they changed the name. But I would go back there just so I could talk to the kids about, my blessings, me coming from the South Side of Chicago, what they can achieve. They worked hard and all that kind of stuff. I found it interesting that crabs in a barrel shits. So I would go back, and some of those teachers or custodians may have not known me when I was young and when I attended that school or from that neighborhood, because I got read out early on in my senior year. So they may have not recognized me. So I would have to have security with me all the time because of my history with the gangs. My buddies were like, "Yo, still, I think these moments still may be after you." So
crazy,
I would have security with me, and they would be out. It's crazy. So they would be outside with the custodians while I'm talking to the kids and all that kind of stuff. And the custodians and some of the teachers would be like, "Man, that motherfucker ain't been on no TV. He ain't even from Inglewood. I don't even know what the fuck." And my boy would have to check him like, "What are you talking about? He was the school kid. You knew here. He's been here. And he's been on this movie, that movie, that does." Like, yo, stop fucking hating. So
that's what it was. Hate.
Old people know that shit. So yeah.
That's what it is. Hate.
Total hate.
Can you talk briefly about your first role audition? How was that experience? Do you remember what it was?
Well, I started off doing commercials, athletic commercials. Again, my big was the fact that I had the physical. I physically looked kind of like Michael Jordan. I was very athletic like Mike, so I did all those crazy dunks and stuff like that. Nothing in comparison to what the kids are doing today. It's ridiculous. I don't know what the fuck these kids are eating. But so my first audition, I was I used to work out at this Hollywood YMCA in Los Angeles. In Hollywood YMCA, my friends who played there were like Denzel Washington, Arsenio Hall. I can't think of every damn.
You gave two great. You gave two great ones. You don't have to keep going.
So Kozar, who also started Blue Chips with me, and The White Man Can't Jump, and damn, why can't I think of his name right now? Dwayne Martin and a whole bunch. There's a whole bunch of guys we used to work out there. And Denzel, those guys always talk to me about getting to the acting stuff, I'm like, fucking, they can do it. I can do it too. Because we're like cool. We're like friends. Like Denzel is like, if you look at Training Day, the movie Training Day, that's Denzel. He wasn't acting.
Oh wow.
When he's doing interviews, that's what he's acting.
Oh wow, damn.
That's what he's acting, but he's gangster. So I think there was a commercial audition for basketball stuff, and everybody was like, you should go out for it. You should go out for it. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go out for it. So I went out for it, got it. First audition. I got the second audition. I got the first audition, booked the job. Second audition, booked the job. Third audition, booked the job. Fourth, I got 12 commercials in a row.
Wow.
That's how fucking lucky I was, bro.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah,
I led in my first 12 commercials.
Wow, bro.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And back how they paid us for commercials were every time they showed it. So now they do wow spots where they pay you $1,500 and run it as many times they want. Fuck that check. Checks I was getting was crazy back then. Crazy.
Especially if you had a national commercial, right?
And yeah, all my shit was national.
Oh, you was winning.
I was killing the game. I was killing the game so much. Like after the fourth commercial, I used to work at this store called Bullock's. It's now. Oh yeah, because y'all in LA. So I used to work at Bullock's on the loading dock. I was a supervisor on the loading dock. Okay, I was stealing shit too, but I was a supervisor.
Hey, keep it 100.
So I'm a supervisor on the loading dock, and one day I was out late. I must have went to a club or something, and I was laying on a table, and a manager comes down the elevator, and she catches me asleep. But you know how you try to wake up and you pretend like you wasn't asleep, but your face says you was
something else.
Yeah. So she started yelling and screaming and yelling at me, and I started thinking like, I got 4 commercials running. I said, fuck it, I quit. And I walked out. And I just walked out, bro. Fuck it, I quit. And I just walked out and shit. And they looked back. They had a 9 to 5 sentence.
That's crazy.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Just know how long Bullocks was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's a while ago.
It was. He was 12 for 12. That's good.
Yeah. 12. Damn. And then I got blessings of doing the guest star roles, the handsome dude on Moesha and stuff like that. So I was hanging out with Brandy and those guys. I was just lucky.
You did a spot on Baywatch, right?
Baywatch,
yeah.
Watch, but yeah, man, I was just fucking lucky dude, bro. And it wasn't, and I will acknowledge the fact that I don't think that I was a great actor. I think I was lucky to play roles that were me. You know what I mean? So there wasn't a huge stretch in anything that I did. If I had to play a doctor, lawyer, Indian chief, I'm fucked. But if I was playing some things, and some of my friends, I tell my friends this all the time who are actors, they were like, bro, you're bugging, you're a good actor. You're downplaying and shit, you were really good. But yeah. I feel that I was just really lucky to play roles that were big. Now,
the roles that were kind of catered to you, huh?
Exactly, they were. Like, even when I auditioned for Blue Chips, this is a cool story. You guys can love this story. So I auditioned for Blue Chips, and it was at the YMCA because Ron Shelton, who wrote Blue Chips, he also wrote and directed White Man Can't Jump. And so he was a friend of mine from the gym. And so, but they were auditioning for extras, background extras. So I'm in there killing my brother. Can't nobody stop me. I'm killing cats. So then I started thinking, I had like 4 or 5 commercials running. And then I started thinking like, why in the, can I curse on this? Don't curse on
Yeah, it's
good,
man.
I was saying to myself, I was like, why in the fuck am I here audition for an extra role in a movie? I was like, I'm good. What the fuck am I doing? So I go to Mr. Shelton and William Friedkin, who I didn't know who he was at the time. I knew he was a director, but I didn't do a background investigation of who he was. But I went to them, I said, look, I want to thank you guys for allowing me to come out, but I think I'm gonna just take off because I really don't want to be an extra in a movie. And they was like, well, what do you want to do? I was like, I'd rather read for a part. He said, what part you want to read for? I was like, I don't know, because I already know shit about movie shit. I said, I don't know. So he called the casting director. Casting director brings me a script, and I flip through the script, and I'm like, fuck it. This guy's name is Tony. I want to read for Tony. Just because my name is Tony. I didn't know what I was doing. I was like, fuck it, I want to read for Tony. Yeah. So they gave me a few days, it gave me a few days of studying, and a friend of mine helped me with all the lines and stuff like that. I went in, and I walked past like seven kids who were coming in to read for the part of Tony. And I walked past them, and the casting director walks out. Okay, hey, Tony, are you ready? I'm like, you don't see these motherfuckers already sitting here? So I'm like, yeah. So I walk in, and I start reading the lines, and I get halfway through the stuff, and the director says, fuck it, you got the job. Literally said, fuck it, you got the job. I was like, really? Like, yeah, you got the job. Damn. I had to walk past those dudes in the hallway like, yo, good luck, brothers.
You already knew what it was.
Good luck, boy. Hey, good luck, buddy.
That's cold. It's a cold game.
Like, I don't know what y'all reading for now, but
what y'all reading for, but wish you luck. Knock that shit out the park, brother.
Damn, man. That's crazy.
So and then again, when I start talking to kids, I always think closed mouths don't get fed.
Yeah.
Didn't say anything. If I just walked out and not said anything, let them know that I would rather read for a part than be an extra, I would have been in the role of Tony.
Wow.
I would never do that. Closed mouths don't get fed.
That's a good lesson, man. That's a solid one.
Yeah.
We need to remember that.
Yeah, keeping on the theme of blue chips, we see this shirt. I love that shirt.
Oh yeah, I have this kid in Boston does these shirts for us, me and Shaquille, every once in a while, and he comes with designs, and I'm like, oh, that's dope. Yeah,
that is a dope. I like that. That is a dope shirt.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna do a line of blue chips things. Shirts. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people have been asking me about it. I was like, I want to do it. Then COVID hit. I was like, all right, fuck that.
Yeah. So like keeping with the theme of blue chips, how was it to be in a big movie like that and like act alongside of like future NBA like Hall of Famers, just hooping with them and like working with them every day?
Yeah, working with the players was the easy part for me. Because during the summers, when we were in college and just playing in the summers, I worked out at UCLA with Magic. And so, what those runs are like, there's me and Shaq and, it could be it's Reggie Miller and all the kids from UCLA. And so I'm used to that. Even when I did Space Jams also, and we worked out. And so I worked out with Michael and Dennis Rodman and all those guys, at the Dome there. So that was easy. The difficult part was only my first day at work was the most difficult part. And my first day, my scene was with Nick Nolte in the dormitory. And that, like, how do you take this young motherfucker who don't know shit about acting and throw him with Nick Nolte day one? Like,
Man.
Can I get warmed up to this shit, bro?
Nah, they said we putting you right
your ass in there.
Bro, threw me right into the fire. So seeing one, and Shaquille loves to tell the story. He tells it poorly, but he loves to tell the story. So the scene is in the dormitory, and Noti comes to the room. He says, "Tony, did you shave points?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't." And he gets mad and whatever. So Noti and I had rehearsed the scene over and over and over again with William Friedkin, the director. And so me, as a relatively new actor, because it's not commercial, but relatively new actor, I did the scene according to what we did in that rehearsal. I didn't change anything. I wasn't trying to fix shit. I wasn't trying to fucking be creative and say, "Noti, watch this. I got some new shit for you." Pow! I didn't do none of that. I just said, I'm gonna do exactly what I did in that rehearsal. Freaking comes in, action. I do just that. Same stuff over and over, whatever. I think after the 5th time, Freaking goes bananas. No, he's going, "Yo, Tony, what the fuck is going on here? What the fuck is going on here?" I'm not understanding what he's meaning. And I'm looking at Noti going, "Yo, what the fuck is he talking about?" Noti is like, "I don't know, Tony, I don't know." So I'm going, "What is he talking about?" He leaves out again, says, "Action." I do the shit again. He's fucking screaming and yelling. I'm going, "What the fuck is wrong?" And then he jumps in my face like, "Tony, you trust me?" I said, "Yeah, I trust you. I love you. Yeah, do you trust me?" I said, "Yeah, I trust you." He said, "You're going to be a big star after this." I'm waiting for that big star shit. "So you're going to be a big star after this?" I'm like, "Yeah, but you trust me?" I'm like, "Why does this motherfucker keep saying, 'Do you trust me?'"
Right.
And then all of a sudden, this goes, pow, 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 slaps the shit out of me. And I get my fucking scene and walks out. So now I'm going, do I fuck this old white man up? But this is day one, so I can't lose this job now.
That would have been it for you. You wouldn't have been acting nothing. That would have been it.
No. Do I fuck this old white man up, or do I Noti drops his head and looks away and shit. But now the thing is, acting wise, I know where he wants me to go. I didn't know. I think he could have verbally told me where he wanted me to go, but that was his way of his acting 101 or whatever you want to call it. And the thing is, I'm not the only one. He did it to Angie Everhart and Jade. He did it to Linda Blair in The Exorcist. Oh yeah, because this guy is one of the most creative directors. He directed The Living Down LA. He directed The French Connection. He directed The Exorcist. He directed Jade. And so he is seasoned. And his wife ran Paramount. She was the head of Paramount.
Oh, damn.
So yeah, she was the first call I got the next morning. "Hey, Tony, how's everything? I heard the scene went well yesterday." They thinking about that motherfucking lawsuit.
Exactly. Yeah.
Then I should have used that fucking power. I should have used that power, but I didn't.
Man. But you didn't know back then.
Still got his goddamn music loud. I'm okay. Can you hear me? Okay.
No, you're fine. Yeah. You're good.
But yeah, still just turned his goddamn music on.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Blasted.
What would you say was your biggest takeaway from working on Blue Chips besides the slap?
No, but you know what? I think the slap was the biggest takeaway. Okay. Because even when I talk to young actors and actresses, I tell them to, be prepared. Have more than one fucking scene, one more avenue of doing a scene. Don't just fucking come in there with that one thing. Just be prepared to have some other stuff in your bag so you can pull it out and say, "Oh, you don't like that? How about this, bitch? Bye!" So you just have more things that to come with these shits. oh, you didn't like how I delivered that? Watch this delivery. Your mama, whatever it is, but you have a different, just have different deliveries and be good. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because I didn't have that. I just kept giving him what I rehearsed. And I didn't have that.
But it makes sense because you had never acted before. You were 12 for 12 with all your before that.
Because all I did was dunk the basketball.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Those 12 for 12 was dunk the basketball, drink the motherfucking Gatorade. It was nothing. It was nothing.
Nothing different than you ordinary do.
Exactly. It was nothing different. It was nothing. It was easy. It was just me having a look and just, he's a good looking dude. That's it.
Send that man that money.
Yeah, pay me.
When did you go bald?
You know what? I started shaving my head when I had hair, and I started shaving because the whole Michael Jordan thing.
I was gonna say that might have helped, right? Just it wasn't a lot of bald brothers. Yeah,
I started shaving my head. It was like after Blue Chips. I did it for Sunset Park, and then I started wearing the earrings. So I would even get. I had one piercing for before Sunset Park, and for the movie I got a second piercing because I wanted to. But I always stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, but then I started shaving it, and then it started going. So I think,
like me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ball brotherhood.
Yeah, there it is, brother. There it is.
Hey, you making these segues too easy for us because you talked about Sunset Park, and that was gonna be my next question.
One of my favorite movies.
Can you talk about your experience working on Sunset Park? Like,
man,
how was it different?
Yeah, Sunset Park was another blessing because working with Rhea Perlman, who's amazing, Danny DeVito, that had to be like the nicest family in Hollywood that I know, and who else? Terrence Howard and Antoine Tanner and DeAndre Bond, who's now on Snowfall, who's killing it right now. Have you seen Snowfall?
Oh yeah, I haven't seen Snowfall.
Yeah, I watch it.
That's my wife.
Snowfall?
That's my wife's cousin.
That boy's a beast.
Yeah, he is.
He is, bro.
I had to hit him like, bro, you giving me chills over here. Son.
Yeah.
Because DeAndre, because you know that's your cousin. Your cousin, what was it? Your cousin's what?
My wife's cousin, yeah.
Your wife's cousin? You know he crazy.
Yes, in real life.
Crazy. So, but even when we did Sunset Park, me and Talent and Fredro Starr, we would all sit around like, yo, this nigga, he don't know how fucking talented he is. He's just like, and I don't think he read that well, but his memory was fucking sharp as a. I was like, I wish I had this nigga's talent. Man. God damn, this dude, I'm telling you, he gives me damn chills. Here goes DeAndre's story. So we're on our way to New York to shoot the movie. All of us on the plane, first class. We about to jump on the plane. And so I think Fredro said, yo, let's tell Busy, because we called each other by our character's name. Let's tell Busy that we need a passport to get on the plane. The fuck we do that for? Busy's screaming and yelling throughout the airport, Miss, do I need a motherfucking passport to get on the... We like loud because we tell him he can't go to New York because he don't have his passport.
Why y'all do that to that man?
He's never, at that point, he had never been on a plane before.
Yeah.
He had never been on a plane before. Miss, do I need a motherfucking... She was like, the stewardess was like, no. He was like, fuck y'all, I told y'all I needed that.
That's him.
Then he gets to New York, and Busy's young at the time. Then he gets to New York, and he drinks up every damn thing in the bar in this
Oh no.
hotel. Drinks everything up in it, smoking weed, all kind of stuff.
Oh
they
no.
take him out to the hotel, and they got some people from the film saved him. But yeah, that boy was crazy. On one
Still
second.
the same.
Yeah, he is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hold on, okay.
All right. What would you say would be your favorite role or movie you worked on or done in your career?
My favorite role, I think it would be Sunset Park.
Okay.
I think Blue Chips is what people recognize me from mostly.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But Sunset Park is a film that I liked the most
Okay.
because I got to deal with a bunch of young actors. And Fredro I loved, even when he was with Onyx. He was still friends today. Terrence Howard was a fucking genius nutcase because he was Antoine Tanner. I mean, all those guys. It was just fun being around them. It was just fun being around those guys. So
You got a real nice resume. A lot of people who've been in the industry 30, 40 years don't have the resume. Like you got to work with Tupac and gang related.
I got to work with Tupac. And Tupac was my guy before that, but he didn't have to get that job. But that was definitely a blessing. Yeah, I forgot. I even think about Pac right now.
That's that. Look, that goes back to that Ball brotherhood. Another Ball brother.
Right back to it, bro. Go right back to it. Tupac was interesting because Tupac was like a chameleon. He was a chameleon where he can be in front of a whole bunch of dudes from South LA and then go into offices full of suits and then conduct business there and shit. So he wasn't like, I don't think Tupac was like gangster. He was just nigga who knew how to fit in, get in where he fit in.
Navigate. He got to navigate very well.
Right.
Man. Yeah. Hey, so like you did 2 basketball movies. Would you say there's like a big difference with acting with guys that actually hoop, as opposed to like actors that are trying to portray basketball players?
Well, with Blue Chips, we didn't set up any scenes. All we did was play basketball, and they just shot it.
Oh wow! So they just let y'all go because I know now they have like coordinators that kind of come in and set up scenes.
Sunset Park, there was a lot of setups because a lot of guys. Okay. Antoine Tanner was a really good basketball player, and he's from Chicago also, actually.
Right.
But but Blue Chips, like we didn't set up a lot of stuff. Space Jam was a lot of setup stuff because it was just small cuts film off the basketball, really. Yeah.
Is that where you met Shaq on Blue Chips?
No, I met Shaq before Blue Chips at working out at UCLA doing our summers.
Oh, okay.
This is how we met. Shaq was fucking, the hell was he doing? He was, we were playing at UCLA, and Shaq came to, my boy Tony Martin, he played in Oklahoma with Stacey King and those guys, but he was but he's a nigga like to shoot, and he wasn't that great of a shooter. Back in the day, yo nigga, get your big ass down low. He was that guy. You'd be screaming at him all age, right? Now you let the big shoot threes all day.
Exactly.
So he would go down there. He went up for a shot, and I went up for the rebound, and my arms all over the rims, just like they disappeared from the screen. My arms over the rim. I came over my back and blow! They kicked me in the back. Like, oh shit! Who's this big motherfucker? That was my who this was. So then, a few plays later, Derek Martin came down Remember like it was yesterday. Boom, Derek Martin came down. He's coming down the middle. I'm coming baseline. Shaquille's on the basket. And I'm going, oh, I got this. Derek Martin gave me a bounce pass, baseline, boom. I took a hard bounce. That hard bounce is what got me fucked up. Because I took the hard bounce and he heard it. And Shaquille turned around. And I jumped in the air and I was about to dunk on him. He grabbed me in the bar and threw me to the ground. I was like, oh, who is this motherfucker? Went back to that. So that's how we met. Then we became friends after that.
Damn.
You are a little fellow. Who you call a little fellow? Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And y'all been friends ever since.
Bro, come here for a second. Stick your head in and say hello to my motherfucking niggas. Bro, I'll fucking stick with. Are you having a fucking cookie for him? Come here, man. Yo, I don't know the fucking half the people you fucking introduced me to. I don't know them fools.
What's going on, Shaq?
What's up, Big Shaq? He said, I don't know them fools. That's cool, bro. You gonna get to know him.
Yeah, we gonna have you on the show next. So I'll make it short real quick. So I met you for the first time. We were over at Bastoli's, West Coast Customs in Inglewood.
West Coast Customs on La Cienega?
You at Bastoli's was right next door. You had a maroon Navigator with rims. Yeah. I don't remember the size. Yeah. Whatever it was.
Shaq just said, "Damn, he loved that."
Shaq was in the back with his security. And I was with my mom. He needs
security because he can't fight.
I was with my mom, and I was like, "Now look at that Navigator." And you came over to me and you looked at me. I was in high school playing ball. He was like, "You like the truck?" And I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Look, you can look in there. TVs. I don't know if you had a system in there." And Shaq was getting his Escalade done with the Superman. He had the bags on it at the time. But I remember that. And then ever since then, I would see you. You would always speak to me and my mom. So I appreciate that.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm a good guy sometimes. I'm a good guy.
Well, you good guy to me, so I can't complain, man. Can't complain. All right, so you, D.
So now you're kind of transferred into are you writing and directing projects now, correct?
Yeah.
Or
we're trying to be just more creative right now. Life after basketball stuff with Shaquille. And we just being more creative, man. I helped with the Shaq Comedy All-Star. I was one of the producers on that. So this stuff, man.
Yeah.
And you did a short film called Q, did you not?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I did a short film called Q. I was thinking about trying to do that as a feature because it was inspired by my Bill Wilson story.
Okay.
Okay.
So, but it's right now in COVID again, and it's just difficult raising money for stuff like that right now. So,
yeah. All right, we're gonna cut it short. We got two more questions for you. What do you think about the new NBA and the super teams and how the league is going?
The new NBA is soft as tissue. I saw on what do you call that on at TMZ. There was some WNBA fighters, WNBA girls fighting. I was like, they tougher than the guys.
That's true. That's true.
They tougher than the guys. This is some soft ass. So yeah. So that's all you'll get out of me with regards to them cats.
Don't worry, you want to.
Nah, just get into the rapid fire.
Anthony, this will be it for us. We're gonna hit you with the rapid fire. Like I said, you just pick one or the other. 10 quick questions, and we're done.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Blacktop or hardwood?
Say that again.
Blacktop or hardwood? Which one would you rather play on?
Blacktop, because I grew up in Chicago. That's all we played on.
Jordan 1s or Jordan 11s?
11s. Jordan 1s, some of it's hurt.
D Wade or Derrick Rose?
Ooh, D Rose.
Chicago or Los Angeles?
Bulls or Lakers?
No, to live.
Nah, live.
Oh, LA.
Food, tacos or deep dish pizza?
Tacos. I'm not a deep dish person.
What do you think is worse, getting dunked on or crossed over?
Wait a minute. Me getting dunked on
or just in general? What do you think is worse, getting crossed over or dunked on?
Dunked on.
01 Lakers, 96 Bulls. Who you taking?
Lakers.
Lincoln Navigator, Cadillac Escalade. Yeah.
I like that caddy.
LeBron or MJ?
MJ.
Basketball or acting?
Acting. Fuck basketball.
And Sunset Park or Blue Chips?
Sunset Park or Blue Chips? Blue Chips.
All right. That's it. That's rapid fire.
Nigga said you better say Blue Chips.
We know you got to go. We thank you so much. I'm going to get your email and your information because we're going to send you some stuff. Our Hardwood brand, hats, shirts, everything.
I'll rock it. I'll support you.
We just need your size and everything, but we'll make sure we get that. We thank you so much for being on our podcast.
No problem, brothers.
You have a good
problem, brother. Yo, that was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. Thank you for having us.
Thanks for your time.
Old Man Rawson signing off, sweatsuits and fly kicks.
It's your main man D Hill, the Gift Card Bandits.
Love is love, fellas.
All right, thank you so much again.
All right, brothers.
All right. Spread love and not hate.
Get in the gym, shoot some jumpers, at least about 8.
Peace.
We out of here, y'all. Peace.
All right, go.